guys, welcome to Silver Lake Honey channel. Today I'm in North Iowa. I'm visiting my friend who is also a beekeeper. He asked me if I can come and take a look at his hives. He got 5 hives he started this spring, and he thinks he's got problems with a couple of them. As you can see, these feeders in the beginning, I really like this idea. He's in the spot and he's got 5 hives here, and he built a shelter for them. I really like his setup. So we're gonna go through the hive number 1 through 5 and check what's the problem. We're gonna check the queen. Is the queen laying? Are there any brood? Are there resources? Have they swarmed? Or is there any diseases present? I also brought extra nuke because he told me that one of the hive is also gone. So we're gonna check all hives. So I like his idea of using straps because he told me that he's got raccoon problems. So he's using straps on all his hives to strap the boxes and the lid together. So and also so the wind can't knock him off. So I know some people use brick or stone, but I really like this idea, and also idea of the raised platform. So the first hive, I noticed right away that there's not enough, there's not a whole lot of bees in the upper second box. And also I noticed that he's got 7 plastic frames and 3 drawn frames. So he's using the drawn frames on the side of the box and one in the middle. And he separated the brood with this plastic foundation. So I don't really like that idea. I like the brood always in the center and not separated by any plastic empty frames. So this frame in the middle is okay, but these 2 on the side should be put together and create so the queen can come up and lay brood in the second box without being divided by this all plastic foundations. So the only frame that was populated by bees was this last 10th frame, and I saw bees on them. On this frame, I saw a lot of queen cells, supersedure queen cells. At some point, bees tried to make a new queen, but they failed for some reason. Either she didn't come back from the mating flight, or she was injured during inspections or something. These bees were hopelessly, they were queenless, and they didn't have no eggs. So the hive was pretty much doomed unless we do something. So we need to introduce new eggs, like frame of eggs from another hive, or introduce a new caged mated queen into this hive and help them survive. Either if we don't do that, probably they're going to develop laying workers. Okay, after removing the second box, I noticed the same problem in the first bottom box. Also the plastic frames in the middle of the brood nest, and not a lot of bees. So probably what I think that they also swarmed at some point. As you can see, all these frames are not drawn, and pretty much there's a lot of empty space that bees didn't occupy. So in this hive, I did find 1 queen cell. And so what I'm gonna do with this hive is I'm gonna put the brood nest together in the middle of the box and reduce everything down to the single box, and to make sure that there's enough bees to cover. And I'm gonna introduce a frame of eggs and make sure that there's enough bees to cover and take care of those eggs and make a new queen. Let's see what's going on in the second. Now I'm going to take a look at the second hive. Second hive is also strapped down. It's a double deep box, and hopefully the bees move up to the second box. We're gonna check what's the situation there. If we have eggs, is there a queen present? How many bees, does it have? Stuff. So as soon as I opened the lid, I noticed a lot of bees. Bees occupied every single frame in this hive. So they're all between the frames, and there's a ton of bees there. So that looked good. So what I wanted to do is transfer a frame of eggs into the first hive. So I had to find a good frame to transfer, and make sure that these bees in the second hive, they still have a lot of eggs left and resources for their population. So I always try to open the second frame, and it looks like the bees dropped the foundation and it was covered with bees. So we're gonna leave that frame uh, for the bees to work on later on. So the third frame, when I pulled out, I noticed capped brood and really nice pattern of the queen. I really like how she draw all the, all the uniform pattern. On the other side was also, it was empty, so I flipped it around and left the space for the queen to lay on that side. So the fourth frame, when I looked at it, it was all eggs. So it was the perfect frame to introduce into the first hive, and we can introduce it with all the bees. And as you can see, inside the cell is every single cell is full of eggs. So I'm gonna move it to the first hive and put it in the middle. So I punched the wax, so this will give the bees encouragement to build a queen cell and make a new queen. So this one is basically, we're gonna do some equalizing in this one. So we're gonna remove some of the resources from this one and add to the second one. Looks like these guys are out of room. They need honey super right away. Imagine all this, when all this cat brood hatches, it's gonna be, there's already, they're full of bees right now, so it's gonna be even worse when all this hatches. Just hoping we'll find the queen. This is all hatched, and she laid this in every single empty cell she's got. So good thing that we visit today. Probably would have swarmed if we didn't remove some of the extra strength from this one and added honey super. Yeah, it's all eggs. Wow, that's a nice queen. They're all bursting. Look at this queen. Wow. So this hive, all these upper 10 frames are full of brood, capped brood, larvae, and frame of eggs that we moved to the first one. Okay, so far what I did is from this second beehive, I removed 2 frames of capped brood and 1 frame of eggs, so total 3 frames, and moved to the first hive. So this and I installed empty plastic foundation. So this is gonna buy us some time, and later we're gonna put the queen excluder and add honey supers to this hive because she's full of bees and full of brood. And this frame of eggs and that queen cell is gonna hopefully these guys are gonna be able to raise a new. Okay, let's check the third hive. Okay, third one, I only see 1 frame occupied by bees, and there are 2 frames on the side. Oh, there's the queen right here. So we're gonna mark this queen so he can find her easier. So the way I mark, I'm gonna wait for her to turn around and then grab her. There's the queen. Put it into my marking tool. So I'm not going to release her just yet. I just want to see what's going on inside the hive, and then I'm going to release her later. So let's see. Okay, so for this third hive, we were able to find the queen. We marked her. We're gonna move her down to the bottom box and put the brood together. His brood was all separated. In the middle were 2 plastic foundations, and on the second box was also brood divided. So we're gonna put it all together and feed them. So hopefully expand to the second box. So we're gonna release the queen. There she is, looks down. Okay, let's check the fourth hive and see what's going on here. This fourth hive, I see the it's feeding. This one looks like it's just box and feeder, but I don't see nothing going on here. I'll just fill these. So this is the one that he said that they swarm. So I have brought extra nuke, so we're gonna introduce nuke here with these guys. Got a lane worker problem, so it's even worse. This hive's been neglected for a while, so we're gonna shake these bees down to the in the grass and then introduce a new nuke, so the lane worker will stay behind. Hopefully the bees won't let him in from the nuke. So lane worker problem is, I don't know how well can you see in the camera, but in the cell, one of the worker bees assume that they're queen and they start laying multiple eggs into one cell, and you'll see a lot of eggs inside one cell. So that happens when bees swarm and they leave behind only just a few bees. Then they're neglected for a while, so that's that happens then. So I'm gonna shake all these bees in the grass. Okay, so the fourth hive, we actually introduced a new nuke, and we had a lane worker problem, so we shaked all the bees in grass and introduced a new nuke. So hopefully they will grow for the second box. Okay, the fifth and last hive. I also see the same problem. There's only one frame in the plastic frame in the middle. So this one has check what's going on in the bottom box. So the bottom box is also weak. Let's see if we have eggs. Looks like these guys swarm too. We checked all 5. So the first one, they're making a queen cell. Looks like a small swarm went out. So we added eggs and boosted with a couple frames of cat brood. The second one's doing really good. So we removed some of the resources out and add honey super. The third one, we had everything. We reduced it down to the bottom box because the brood was all mixed in 2 boxes. So we kind of put it together. We marked the queen. The fourth one we added nuke, and the 5th one also seemed like a swarm. So you have to keep on top of the bees. So I would suggest going through them every week or every 10 days max, and make sure they don't build swarm cells and they're doing good and stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and happy beekeeping.